Oh, I already started.
Hi, hello.
Hey, we're here with Mandy Harlow of Heart of Harlow to do a We Do session with me, Nate, and Ashley.
Hello. We're so excited to be here. We love Mandy with Heart of Harlow, and she does so many cool things. So let's go over real quick before we get started. What you do? What is Heart of Harlow? What do you do?
Okay, so welcome. This is my office. We do coordination and creative goods. So I titled my company Heart of Harlow Coordination and Creative because I knew that I wanted to offer other creative things outside of just coordinating. So that includes hand lettering like envelopes, creating invitation suites, making welcome signs, all of that stuff. So that's what we do here. So we'll show you afterwards some examples of things that I've made, but I have stuff in my
There's some
office
really
here.
cute things all around her office.
Yes, so that's what I do. And then besides creative goods, I specialize in day of coordinating. So I do not offer full service planning. That's other people in the association are full service planners, and I would suggest any and all of them. I offer just day of coordinating. So that means you pick your vendors, you kind of know what you want your day to look like, and then I work with you like a month before the wedding, and I create your timeline, and then we talk to each other and figure out all of the details, and I reach out to the vendors beforehand so we're all on the same page, and then the day of, we come in and execute the day according to the timeline. So
Cool.
that's day of coordinating in a nutshell.
Yeah. Why did you decide to do that? So, like, personally, I do all, right? Like, I do all the different levels of coordination and planning. Is there a specific reason why?
There's no specific reason, just I saw a need for day of coordinating, and I just really like it. Like, I like being there the day of. I like, I don't know, working with people as issues arise. I don't mind, like, going in a little blind sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, people know what they want, and they know what they want their day to look like, and then I just come in and help them
Make it happen.
the day of.
Love
So,
it.
I just like
for
kind
that
of being
reason.
on the fly.
Yeah, I love it too. It's because you get to work with like a lot of people, and it's a short period of time, but it's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it's just like always different, always
It's
new.
so fun.
Yeah, I like it too. I just wondered.
Okay, yeah. That's it.
Yay! So today we're gonna do what? We're watercolor letter.
Hand lettering.
You tell me.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
we're
there
going
we
to watercolor on envelopes our names. So I'm going to teach Nate and Ashley here how to watercolor their names, and they're going to pick whatever color they want, and we're going to have fun with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Okay, what do we do first?
Okay, so we're going to move around a lot. Sorry, we'll try to
Fine.
keep the camera.
Well, if anyone saw it last week, you know that we had some technical difficulties, lots of issues anyway. So it's got to be better, right?
Okay, so hey guys, hey, everyone's joining. Yay, this is cool to see. Oh, okay, this is my watercolor palette we're using today. It's obviously very well loved. And we're going to put this here. And then I just have a regular glass of water, nothing special. And then you guys are going to get various sizes of brushes.
Teeny tiny for the
This
big
is like what the
name.
YouTubers do, right? Like,
Yes, love it.
Okay, you can guess. I'll get the biggest one.
I get teeniest tiniest because I've got a horrible name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now first we're going to start with a blank piece of paper. Dip your pen in your water, and then put it in whatever color you guys think you will want to use.
No, I wanted pink. Okay, I'm not going pink then. I'm gonna go teal.
That's fine.
You're fine.
Stole pink.
Okay, and then
Okay, is this
now-
enough? How do you know?
y'all have you test it on here first. So if you're trying watercolor at home, have an extra piece of paper and test it on there. So just go like up and down. You'll probably find that you need a lot more water.
Okay.
Oh, Nate's like a natural.
Okay. Sounds.
Oh my, have you done this before?
Hmm?
Have you done that before?
Oh, I hate you. This is just like cookie decorating.
Nate just did like these perfect, I don't know if you can see from here, he did these like perfect lines for watercoloring.
I paint a lot.
Okay.
You paint a lot? That's cool. Okay, that's really good. Ash.
Okay, better.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, can I get the camera and like pick it up maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna scoot by your again.
Sorry.
We're fine. Okay, I'm taking off the tripod for a second. Okay, so do the lines again to show them. You're dipping, and then
Ooh, that's pretty.
so you can kind of see your strokes and get the feel for it. Try a lot more water, Ashley.
Oh.
Okay, then when you are, let me see.
Okay.
I'll do purple.
Those were my 3 favorite colors in kindergarten.
Aw.
Teal, purple, and hot pink.
Okay, so you're going to practice with hand lettering especially. You have a thicker stroke when you go down and a thinner stroke when you go up. So you can practice going in little squiggles. So thick down, pick your hand up a little bit, then thick down again, pick it up a bit. And you'll see you have to dip the color like quite a lot.
Okay, that was equally thick.
Wait.
Thick one down, thick one going, so when you're going down, go like a really thick, and then when you go up, thin, and then thick, thin. And that's kind of how you get the calligraphy look, is when your down strokes are all thicker than your up strokes.
Okay.
So if I were to write M, it's like thick, thinner, thick, thinner.
What do you think the, like,
I don't know if this is backwards or not.
how much more often do you do paint other than, like, on your iPad or something?
I've started doing iPad and digital a lot more recently,
Yeah.
and that's been awesome for like creating like specific invitation suites and stuff. But when I do day of goods, like anything that's like a bar sign or a dressing, then we do that on envelopes, like
Okay.
straight up,
Straight
not like
painting.
the real deal. Yeah, not digital. Okay, should we do names now? Hey guys, hey Hannah, hey
Yes.
Chelsea.
Is Brie on there?
We have so many people. This is so cool.
We love this. We love the outfit.
It's really hot in my office too, guys. Sorry, we had to close the doors. Usually they're open, but it's such a freaking hot day today. Okay, I'm gonna move this closer so that you can see writing our names.
We hope that y'all think this is just as fun as we do. So we're glad you're joining us. Okay.
Okay, I'm putting you back on the tripod,
So
guys.
do you prefer to do, like, do you have a preference? Paint versus the iPad versus just, like, marker lettering? Or is it just, like, all based on the purpose? Like,
It's all
what
based on
you're
the
doing?
purpose, I think, but as I've grown over the past couple of years, I do go to more digital stuff because it looks so like professional and clean.
Mm-hmm.
Like this in the background over here is my like vinyl cutter.
Yeah.
So when I do signs now on wood, I don't paint them anymore. I'll cut them on vinyl, but I still, is that kind of good? But I
Yeah.
still hand letter them on my computer first.
And then it just, like, it's a digital image that
Yes.
then gets cut.
So it's a digital image, but it's still like of my handwriting, so it's not a font. So like anything you get from me
Right.
isn't a font. It's still like hand lettered,
Yeah.
and then either vinyl cut
It's
out.
just not, like, with paint.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just cleaner. I think.
Absolutely.
More modern.
No, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to try writing your names?
Okay.
Okay. So you do a lot of dips on the water and a lot of dips in your paint. So I'll do. What is this? I don't know. I'll do like red. So for like every letter or two, you're gonna do a different dip of paint or water. And watercolor is fun, but it takes a lot of time. So go really slowly,
Okay.
and you do downstroke a little bit thicker. And
This is
then
hard for a perfectionist.
up and then down, and it takes a lot of practice. So if you're trying watercolor, just try it. Like I've used so much paper before. But use like scrap paper at home if you have like extra computer paper that you don't need anymore, something that has something on the back. Use that stuff, reduce, recycle, and try stuff because it's way easier to practice before you just go straight in.
I
Need more
think-
water. Your brush might be
Or do you
little.
think it's because my brushes
Here, switch
fanned
it
out?
Yeah. Use this one.
Like, I'm Struggle City over here.
Here. But this one's so much bigger, you have to only use the tip of it.
Oh god, okay. I'm moving to my next letters. Okay, so here's a question when you're hand lettering. So, like, when I do, like, my name, like, my A,
Yeah.
do you actually start like you'd normally write it?
Yes.
Or do you actually start with, like, the down,
No,
the A?
start as exactly like how you're
Okay.
writing. And that's how it can kind of be like individually, like your unique style when you do hand letter because it's like your handwriting, but fancier, you take more time with it. But everyone's is still unique because it looks like yours.
What if you're going side to side? Does it matter?
Go like left to or whatever you normally do. If you're right-handed, left to right, like if you cross a T.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, sorry Ashley, your thing is messed up.
Yeah, I was like, why am I struggling so... I mean, I always struggle, it's fine. But why am I struggling so hard?
A thicker brush.
No, that looks good.
Nate's is looking really good.
Everything he does looks good.
Yeah, this pencil's kind of...
Nate.
Oh, Nate looks so good. He's using pink and it looks amazing.
This looks so good.
Pink
So
is
what-
like your color in here.
What got you
Yeah, pink is my
started
color.
with hand lettering? Like, what...
I thought it was just super fun. Like, I started doing creative stuff, and I don't know, I think looking at Instagram, like, you know, all the long time ago, like, when I first started my business 5 years ago, so before that, it was like looking at Instagram and all the wedding stuff all the time, and I was just so inspired by all the cool, pretty stuff. And that's how I started, so I just started trying it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you first started your business, like 5 years ago, did you do both? I don't remember. Did you do both in the beginning?
I
or
did
just
both, but I
day of?
barely did any creative stuff. Like,
Okay.
it was
Started
like,
mostly coordination.
yeah, it was mostly day of coordination, and then I started doing the creative stuff like a lot more the past couple of years.
I need the camera better.
So I'm gonna show you guys these. This is the smallest one, and I usually use this for things when I'm trying to write really small. And then this is like a thicker one, so if you're doing a bigger project, you can use one like this. But if you're doing watercolor, you're only using the like very tip of it, so you're not really gonna want anything like this. So I'm gonna go back and use this size.
This is not my cup of tea, I don't believe.
It's rustic.
It's it's individualistic.
So we did have some questions from all of our followers just for Mandy to answer.
Yes, thanks so much for submitting
Thank you.
questions.
Yeah,
There's so many good ones.
I see on here Chelsea and Audra. Thank you for writing questions, and other people that I don't know yet. I'm excited. Okay, I'm nervous though because I've never done a live before, so I hope I'm good at answering live.
Okay, let's start I'm going to start with B Shiny's question.
Okay.
How did you learn to write so tiny?
Okay, Be Shiny is my mom. Love you, Mom. So, I love that handle too, Be Shiny. So,
I love your mom too.
Writing tiny. You just practice. It's really just practice.
Yeah.
Like, you can go on YouTube and, like, do this kind of stuff and they'll show you how to, like, write with watercolor and use the right, brushes and stuff like that. So just try stuff. YouTube University, Pinterest, anything like that. I just started doing it, and then once you get better at it, you can write smaller and smaller and smaller. And it definitely still takes me a long time. Like, it takes a really long time to address envelopes and stuff like that.
I got
But
like hours,
it's fun.
right? Like how would you? Okay, so on average, let's say it was a basic envelope,
Yeah.
50 of them.
Like 4 hours. Like, it takes
Okay.
a long time.
Yeah, I figured. Do you use like I've seen people that use like those lasers to keep you straight? How do you keep yourself straight?
So I use painter's tape, and I put it like on my desk. So if I'm writing like envelopes on my desk, I put the painter's tape on my desk so I know that the envelope is straight.
Yeah.
And then I'll have like a piece of paper that is like straight cut, and then I'll use that to like start it. And then once you start it,
You're
it's
online,
crazy.
yeah.
And that's mostly like to make sure you're at the right level up, so that you're like at the right level for each envelope.
Right.
Because starting
Right.
line.
So it's not like all
Yeah.
janky.
Yeah.
We're going like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
See, I like go on tangents. I think of a million questions off of one.
I love it.
Okay, you already kind of hit on this. How long have you been involved in weddings in the Outer Banks? And so you started your business 5 years ago, but you definitely were involved in stuff probably like a little bit before that.
Yeah, I moved here 7 years ago, which sounds so crazy, but I moved here 7 years ago now, and when I first moved here, I emailed Renee Landry Events out of the blue, and I was like, hi, I'm obsessed with your Instagram, you seem so good at it, and it looks so pretty. So she emailed me back, and she, in like true Renee style, just said, hi, come on Saturday, see you then. And I was like,
Oh my god.
what do I wear, what do I do here? And you just like get thrown into it, and it's honestly a great way to start a job. So that I worked for her for like 3 years, and she was so supportive of me starting Heart of Harlow, because she only does flowers, she doesn't do planning. And I will still work with her sometimes if she needs help, and I'm available. So
That's probably where we met. I'm sure we met.
I'm sure, yeah.
From Renee.
yeah. So yeah, that's so cool. So the wedding industry here is like very connected, and it's really cool to like know people and see people grow, and a lot of people work together and then like go off and start their own thing in like a supportive way.
Yeah.
You know, different industries. So it's been really cool.
Okay, so you kind of actually like went into the next question. What makes the Outer Banks unique and special to you? I think definitely your answer just is a good thing.
Like,
I mean, is there anything
really...
else though? But I think like you hit the nail on the head. Like all of our vendors are such a big community, and we all like chat and support each other and that kind of thing. So, but is that what makes it unique to you and so special, or is there like another thing that is...
obviously like living in this resort area where there's beaches and it's all beautiful all the time. You can step outside and go to the beach in like a mile is amazing. But the community here is like so much different than anywhere else I've lived. And I mean, I'm from DC, so it's just a giant city compared to a really small town. So the city here is like so... I mean, the community here is like so...
Like, we don't have cities.
Small and connected.
We don't have cities here.
Yeah.
The city of Field Hills, perhaps.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so what trends are you most excited to see in future weddings? That's a great one.
Okay, trends.
Because you're very trendy.
Okay,
so
acrylic. There's gonna be so much acrylic. I mean, it's already started, but like, here's an example.
Oh yeah, acrylic is gonna like
of acrylic.
continue to blow up.
Yeah. So it's just like pieces of acrylic, and then I do white vinyl on it, and this is like my hand lettering that I've digitized and then print out. And it's like a cutout sticker. So much.
And it's so versatile because, like, so what? This is a bar sign. You can do table numbers. You could do, like, any type of menu signage, like welcome signs, seating chart. Like, it's so versatile.
Yeah. And you can put it, like, you can do a color background if you want, or just keep it clear so it's like scenery.
Wait, you have one that you painted.
There. Good luck. It's all fall over.
Wait, I saw one that was painted behind.
It's on the very top shelf, like, back on the corner. I have so much stuff. We'll show you later. But,
okay. Fail.
Yeah, you can.
I see it.
You can like paint the back of them so they match your vibe of your wedding. You can leave them clear if you want like a organic vibe to like show the scenery through them. But they're just like super modern, and I really like acrylic. And you can do colored acrylic too. Okay, Ashley found one.
Yay! So like, how pretty is this? She like just painted the back of it, so any color, and then you still have the acrylic. It's really cool.
Yeah. Acrylic is gonna take over, I think.
Yeah, love it. Where it used to be wood, and wood's not going anywhere, let's be real. Wood's not going anywhere, but... Okay, what else? Any other trends that you're super excited for?
Okay. Trends? I don't know. Wait, Nate, what do you think, trend-wise?
I don't know. I rely on you guys.
Okay. Acrylic. Obviously, I think that micro weddings and elopements are going to start trending. I mean, they already are because you, like, legally have to. But I think it's also a cute way to... be like connected with your family and friends and have the wedding that you want without it, like, I don't know, without Corona letting you ruin your year. Like if you want to scale down to a smaller wedding, or if like you had a huge wedding and then you still want to get married this year, scaling down is a great way to still have the wedding that you want and the place that you want, and it's just going to keep happening, but in a good way.
We're going to be getting married on your date and then having another reception.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like eloping and then having your like party like a year later on that day.
Yeah, I have a lot of couples actually doing that. Have done that or will continue to do that, and like maybe it's here. Like I had one that eloped here, and then they're still having their wedding next year again.
I love that.
But then I have others that are eloping back home. Like they can't travel down here. They changed their plans, canceled their vacation, but like maybe they went to the courthouse or maybe they did in their backyard. So I mean, there's nothing to say you can't do that.
Yeah. Great. Totally.
Okay, what is a typical day like for you when you're coordinating?
Okay, it's like the craziest day, but it's so good. I always bring a change of clothes. So like we usually, Chelsea's watching, she's one of my assistants, and she's usually with me when I have weddings over 75 people, so I always bring an assistant over 75. We wear like leggings, sneakers, tank tops, we're like have our aprons on with all of our stuff, and we're setting up any linens, napkins, plateware, glassware if the caterers aren't doing that. We're checking in with the bride and groom, seeing what they need, which means usually going to a store if need be to get something that they forgot, which happens like quite a lot, but we don't care. Like we're flexible and happy to make them happy.
That's why you're there.
Yeah, that's why we're there.
Sending like Aunt Sally.
Yeah, exactly. So we just get whatever is needed. We're checking in with the vendors to make sure that everyone's arriving on time. If someone happens to be late, we'll give them a call to make sure that they're on the way. And then we're just kind of keeping everyone on track. So making sure like the DJ is setting up in the right place, making sure the hair and makeup is done at a certain time so the photos can start at a certain time. So it's a lot of like we always joke and say herding cats. Like, it's a lot of herding cats. It
100%
just is.
herding cats.
Yeah. So
I use that
you're
term a
kind
lot,
of like
too.
just ushering everyone from here to there, making sure that everything is going the way it's planned on the timeline. And it's really cool. It's really fun. So you definitely have to be flexible, and if this vendor needs that, then it pushes this back, but it's okay, and you just are communicating with your brides and grooms, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's really just a lot of scheduling people and making sure that everyone's on time for where they're supposed to be, to make sure that the whole day flows really well.
Cool.
So, okay, what would you say your secret to keeping calm under pressure is? Because you just said it's like herding cats, 100% is,
Yeah.
and it's just like changes constantly. Like there's so much going on and coming at you from every direction. What is your secret to keeping calm under pressure?
I really think that it's your personality.
Yeah.
Like, I think you can't, like, I don't have advice for it besides, like, do some yoga, and that's like not a joke. Like, I swear, yoga and meditation helps, like, in your life in general to
Or
have.
kickboxing.
Or
kickboxing.
any sort of like something that gets your energy out, because it can be channeled in so many different ways. That sounds like, I don't know, so hippie of me, but it's true. Like, I think I used to like care so much more about things, and now that I'm like, okay, I can't control this, there's no reason for me to freak out about it, but I can just move on to the next thing and fix it or whatever. So I think just having a personality of being like, this is gonna be okay, no matter what happens, it'll be great. And I think going into it with that mindset maybe will help you too.
Absolutely.
You know?
Alright. How many weddings events have you coordinated?
Oh my gosh, I have no idea. That's crazy. I do like, I wish I knew. Maybe I'll look it up one time. I do like 20 weddings a year. So if I've done it for 5 years, that's like 100, right?
100-ish? 100 give or take?
That'd be so cool. I should look it up. If I haven't had my 100th wedding yet, that would be crazy.
You need to find, and then find out which one it is.
Yeah. That would be so cool.
Extra celebration that day.
Okay, that's such a good question. I need to look it up and figure it out.
I have no idea either. Like that's such a hard question. I have no idea.
And Nate, you're like a
Nate's
star.
an expert
you can
over
practice
here.
at like the like really thick, and then like really thick, and then like super thin when you go like up, and see if you can do it, because I feel like you can.
Okay.
Like Mandy's over here, like just it's gorgeous. Like she just like flung this out there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that took her 2 seconds. And then
Ashley
then
is
there's
also
this, which
star.
is a struggle bus.
I think it's actually very good for your first time.
Oh,
That's fabulous.
man.
Oh, Renee said, you're amazing. I'm not trying to flash you. I said, you're amazing how you pushed up my wedding before the storm came in. She was one of my brides from last year, and it was going to rain. And we moved everything up like 45 minutes before to get the ceremony on the beach. And so that's like, you go to the DJ and you say, okay, I need you on the beach now instead of in 30 minutes from now to be ready. And you have to make sure the hair and makeup gets done in time. You have to make sure the photographers aren't out shooting something else and like aren't even on site if they're doing like bridal portraits or whatever.
Yep.
So that was really sweet, Renee. Thank you. And you guys were so flexible too. And that's why I always tell couples, like, you guys be flexible and don't expect everything's going to go exactly to plan, because things happen, especially weather. And she was awesome. She was an all-star, just being like, okay, just get me down the aisle. I want to get married on the beach. And it was like 10
That's
minutes,
so awesome.
got it done, went back to the tent and had a great time.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
And that's right there, case in point, like why you have a day of coordinator. Because you said Renee was the bride's name?
Yeah.
Like Renee, if you hadn't had Mandy to do that, like you would have been facilitating getting those 10 vendors to like be there 45 minutes early and doing all this crazy stuff. And instead you were just like waiting for your go signal. Like you didn't have to do anything. So that's why you have a day of coordinator.
Yeah.
Someone to take care of you.
Yeah.
Okay, Nate, pick another question.
Alright.
Get one of these.
Okay. What are some of the biggest mistakes you see leading up to the event that people make?
Trying to fit too much in a time frame, probably.
Yeah.
That's like the only thing I
Good
can think of. Like, I don't think people make very many mistakes, because I think weddings are unique and everyone's event's different for like what they want and what they envision, and that's totally cool. But I think trying to like think that you're gonna get like not do a first look, and then after the ceremony get all of your bridal party portraits, all of your wedding party portraits, all of your family pictures, everything in the 1 hour cocktail hour, like.
And get to join
cocktail
hour.
And get to join cocktail hour, yeah. It's just not possible. So it's like having, that's what we try to do too. Like Ashley and I, she's a planner and she offers full service. So it's like, you try to tell people like, okay, that's probably not gonna happen. There's just not enough time. And
yeah, so that's
and
like
that's
what's your
yeah.
priorities.
Yeah.
Like everyone has different priorities, and yeah, that's your job as a coordinator. Like when you're facilitating timeline is how can we get you the most things you want?
Yeah,
but,
right.
like, you can't, like, just timing. You can't get everything.
And if you don't want to do a first look, that's totally fine. Just know that you'll have to do, like,
an hour and a half cocktail hour.
Yeah, or, like, your family pictures after dinner or something like that. Or it might be darker out. So it's just, like, being flexible and understanding that stuff takes so much time. Like, it's crazy. Things take so much time.
So just, like, not, the biggest mistake would just be, like, not knowing, like, not, you just thinking your expectations are gonna, like, all fit in one little thing. Just being flexible with, you know, understanding that.
Yeah, agree.
Ooh, this is a good one. What do brides regret doing versus not doing for their wedding? Should I say request or regret?
Regret.
Regret. Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay, I'm trying to think. What do people regret doing? I'm trying to think of something that people do that they regret doing.
It's a hard one.
I know.
I feel like people say all the time, like, they regret, like, not having a coordinator.
I was going to say, like,
not having
like...
Right. Well, I'll say it for you.
Yeah.
I'll say it for you. Not having a coordinator, or not having a videographer, or... or just, like, not following their gut on something. Okay,
following your gut on something, that's really good. I would say people regret not hiring a photographer for the longer amount of hours.
Yes.
That's a good one. Because, like we said, like, first look versus, like, getting ready photos, like, you have to choose... If you hire a photographer for 4 hours, that's, like, such a short amount of time. You're basically getting, like, a little bit before the ceremony, the reception, and then, like, 1 hour and that's done. Whereas if you hire for the full 7 hours, you would not have to rush. So maybe that, so that it just doesn't cut the timeline down so much, and then you're not, like, stressed.
That's a good one. Yeah, because, like, when you're pushing everything into 4 hours, like, your, like, formalities are going, and that's a good one. Definitely.
That's what I can think of.
I can't really think of anything else either.
If there's any brides watching who've already gotten married and you have a regret of doing or not doing, let us know, because I'd be interested to hear what people say.
Hi Erin. Yeah, she said, I was just about to say hiring a photographer for the pre-ceremony. Yeah, I think a lot of brides do that. That is where they cut back, and I get it. I get it, budget. But a lot of brides, like, have the photographer kind of just show up right before ceremony, and they don't get any of the getting ready photos. Details, like, no details and no pictures of them getting in their dress. And, like, those are really special moments, too. So that's a really good one.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And I think you want detail shots, too, you know? Like, and that has to happen beforehand.
Going back, Chelsea said, I eloped and then had a vow ceremony and beach party the next summer. Yes, love it. We're going to see tons of that.
And that's great. Like, it's your wedding. You can do whatever you want. Like, I think it's fun. Do something different.
Shirley says, Nate, stop talking so much.
He's also cut out now.
He's also, like, really good at this hand lettering and the watercolor, so he's just, like, going hard over here, and, you know, Mandy and I are just chatting.
We've just been doodling.
Okay, alright, I think... definitely regret not having a day of coordinator. It was a crapshoot. Yep.
It's just, like, it just falls on you, and as much as you think, like, oh, my aunt or my mom or my sister will do it, like... They're busy, like, they're getting their hair and makeup done, they're drinking cocktails, like, they're, like, they're busy, too, so it's, like, they just can't do and have the communications with
I think when your, like, emotions are that high, too, like, as a bride, I think getting what you want, like, verbally saying it and dictating to someone what you want, like, that's not always possible when you're, like, on this emotional high.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, when you have someone helping you on your wedding day, it's already written out. Like, you're not dictating on the wedding day. Like, it's pre-planned. It is on paper.
That's so true. And I think also the plus of having a coordinator or a planner, like, the day of, is they are your scapegoat for, like, anything. So, like, I can't tell you how many times there's been, like, parent drama or bridal party drama of, like, let's just say, like, an order of where you're standing. And, like, let's say someone... thought that they should be way closer to the bride, and I can just be like, well, I'm doing it by order, or by, like, height, or whatever. Mm-hmm. So, like, I'm choosing it because I want it to be by height, even though I'm not choosing it at all. The bride told me, like, a month ago, this is the order that I want. But that way, they don't, like, feel bad, and they're not,
feelings
like,
are hurt.
So you have someone to, like, I don't know, ease tensions and we can take the fall for things, because we're not going to see them again, you know? It's like, we're happy to do that. It's okay.
Okay, we were talking about this one earlier. What do you think makes the biggest impact on your wedding day?
Oh, okay. I don't know how I'm going to answer that. I have no idea.
These are such great questions. Like, let me just say again, thank you to whoever, like, everyone that did these. These are amazing, well thought out questions.
Okay, the biggest impact on your wedding day, I have no idea. the biggest impact, I guess, like, your vendor team. That's like the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
Is like making sure your vendors are who you want, because that's who's gonna make everything come together the day of, the moment of, the hour of, like the ceremony and reception. Like, they're the ones doing everything, so that's gonna have the most impact, because that's the thing.
If you have a
any
great
other thing, like,
team around you, it just, like, you won't be worried, you won't be stressed, like, with or without a coordinator. Like, knowing that you hired a caterer that has your back, and that your photographer, like, knows what you want and, like, what's important to you. Like, just knowing that you hired a great vendor team, with or without, like I said, a coordinator, your day, like, that is going to make the biggest impact.
Agreed. Okay, the only other thing I can think of, Ashley wrote on herself.
I did.
The only thing I can think of otherwise is, impact visually is having, come in closer, is having like a mood board or color scheme beforehand. So like, if you didn't hire a florist to like do the entire design, at least in your own mind, or literally do a Pinterest board of what your color scheme is, what flowers you like what your vibe is, because that's going to have the biggest impact visually, so that you feel like the whole day is like, is a certain vibe that you want.
Yeah, I think that's great. I mean, and that's like totally from your creative side too. Like,
like make a mood board for your wedding, just even if it's just for yourself, because that's gonna be the impact that it has visually. The day of.
I think that's great too, because like when you start with the mood board, everything stems off of it.
Yeah,
like you don't have to worry about going off track.
Yeah, and like that's the color choices you have in your napkins and the flowers and the bridesmaids' dresses, everything like that. So.
Do you have any advice on, like, do you use a certain program for mood boards, or do you just Pinterest it, or Canva?
Canva, yes. Canva.com. They even have, like, templates for mood boards now. So it's,
the other day.
It's so
Very
easy,
cool.
and it's free, so you can go in and make mood boards anytime you want.
Again, Nate over here is, like, making
I feel like we should show you up close.
You need to see what's happening. You got it? Yeah, pick another question while Mandy.
Okay.
Can you fit?
Yes.
Okay, this is from Carly Kennedy _28. Best advice for someone who wants to start their own business.
Ooh. Just do it. Just do it. Okay, that's a great question. I started 2 businesses in the past 5 years, and I could not be happier. I was working a desk job, and here.
I like it.
Okay.
Your hair looks
my hair looks good. I was working a desk job, 9 to 5. I started working with Renee also, but that was like only on the weekends. And I was like, I can't believe I can do this as a job. So I was like, I want to do that and not sit at a desk. And some people are desk people and some people are not, and I'm just not. So my biggest advice is just do it. You can create an LLC. It's like $95, I think. You pay a $200 annual fee.
Yep.
You
can do it all online.
You can do it online. You don't have to hire anyone to do it. Just look it up. Text me. Like, message me. I'll help you. Just start it. And then just, if you do have a desk job like I did, I would start doing things on the weekends. So I was working 7 days a week, but it was so worth it to me. So just start it on the weekends. Start it after hours. Like, work on things slowly. Build a website. Like, use the cheapest options for things and just start it. Because the sooner you start, the sooner you'll get to where you are. And don't, like, I cannot stress this enough. Do not think that you need to take classes, courses, college degrees, or whatever to start a business. Like, you don't. If you have intuition and you can search things on your own, like, you can Google things, you can use YouTube for resources, you can use the community for resources, just start it and you'll figure it out. And, like, I'm obviously so much better now than I was 5 years ago at my job, and I have an office and all this stuff, but it's because I started and then figured it out as I went along. And I don't know, people might not like that answer, but
I love that answer.
Yeah.
I think that is
so true.
The best advice. Like, just start, just do it, teach yourself, surround yourself with a great support system. Yeah. I think that was the best answer ever.
Okay, good.
I love
Thank
it.
you.
I love
Especially
it.
YouTube. How often,
YouTube, like,
people
things
use
like that. Okay, this is what Nate did. Look at this wave. That's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
That looks so good.
Turn into more of like a doodle.
Okay, there's his addressing.
So good.
Okay.
Nate's so talented. No, we don't.
Ashley? She loves her side.
I just, did a lot of things.
She had the crappy brush up first,
I did
too.
start with a really crappy brush, and then it just still down.
Okay, do you want to hold it for a second, and I'll do like a
live one?
Yeah.
Okay, someone tell me something to write on
Yeah, let's see.
on the live thingy.
We do.
Oh, sure, wait, we do.
Oh, unless someone else says something cooler.
I can do
Is
two.
anyone saying anything?
No.
Okay, all right, we do. So I'm using the technique of trying to be thicker when I go down and thinner when I go up. And you'll see that, like, I'm redoing my dip every single time. Yeah, like, it takes so much time. Oh, it's so quiet.
Oh, look at these, because I'm just in awe. Like, look at these. Look how thin and, like, the little strokes. That's amazing.
Yay!
So
and it's also, like,
pretty.
you get more ink, too, when you go, like, thicker and thinner. And that's how, like, your stroke's thinner, but also your paint's thicker on there, too.
Love it.
Is this our new logo?
Yeah,
Yes.
here you go. I'll digitize it for you.
So pretty.
And that's obviously not the best work, but then you can go back on your downstrokes too and make them thicker if you want to. You should play with it some. That doesn't look that good, but
No, that's
Cool.
awesome.
Should I put it back on the tripod?
I think we hit like
Careful, 'cause
the majority
Just
of these
hold it and
questions.
put it on there.
Is there any others that you want to answer on here? We hit like most of them kind of in conversation. And if anyone else has any more questions on the live, too, pop them in there.
Do you help coordinate prior to the day of? Yes. Okay, that's a good question for day of coordinating. So,
Oh no!
Sorry.
This thing came off too. Is it broken?
you can shove it back on.
Again with the
Sorry,
technical
technical
difficulties.
difficulties. This
Yeah.
thing is kind of touched up. Okay, here, let me try.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try.
Bear with us, friends. Real life.
Okay. Is that good,
Yeah.
Ashley?
Well, I can switch it. We're good.
Okay. That wasn't your fault. I think this thing's okay. Does anyone else have questions?
Wait, you didn't finish answering. Do you
Oh.
help coordinate prior to the day of?
Oh, prior to the
Good
day.
question.
Yes. Yes. So when I send out like my emails to people, I say we usually talk like 6 months to a year beforehand. Then I create your timeline like 3 months to 6 months out. So your timeline's way more than just like the month of. I'll start making it like 6 months out, and then we'll ask you like a million questions. You fill that in. Then I usually have the timeline finalized 30 days before the wedding. So that's like the final timeline. Then the week of, the vendors get the email with the timeline for your wedding. So it's way more than just day of. It's like you can communicate with me as much as possible, ask any questions, yada yada. But the day of is like the most important part because that's where I'm there, present, actually physically doing the work. Beforehand, it's just answering any calls and creating the timeline.
Cool. Any other advice for a bride? This could be coming from you personally because you're a bride, or it could be from your business perspective. Like any other advice for brides out there?
Okay.
Or grooms, brides and grooms?
My advice, and this is coming from most of you watching probably know, we've had our wedding get postponed twice, and it's different for different people, but for us, like, it's totally okay. I think you just have to have the mindset that, like, you're going to be together forever. It's not the end of the world. And if you go into your planning your wedding with a mindset of the most important thing is that we're together and that we're healthy, then that's, like, nothing else can be that bad. Like, I don't know.
Yes.
Like,
No, it's true.
it's true. Like, you're together and you're going to get married and be together
Yeah.
forever.
The wedding isn't actually the
Yeah.
most important part.
Right.
It's the marriage
It's the
and
purpose
it's
of it.
being
Yeah.
together and
Yeah.
like the whole thing. So yeah, that's
And if you are waiting to like live together or to go into the next stage of your life before you get married, then maybe that's something you should do privately, and then do a celebration afterwards. Because like for a lot of people, like for myself, like we didn't wait before we moved in together. So now our wedding is like a big celebration and like an official thing, and like we want to have like a spiritual ceremony and like a celebration with our people. But we're not waiting for anything if we were to wait to get married.
Yeah.
So if you are waiting to like move in together or buy a house together, then go ahead and have a small thing with just your families or at the courthouse, and then have your celebration with your peoples another time.
Yeah, it's not any less special to do that.
Exactly,
Like, if
it's
anything,
not.
maybe it's more. I mean,
Yeah.
it's definitely not less special, and I get that from a bride's perspective. Like, people that are waiting
Yeah.
and really do, like, need the wedding to move on to the next
Right.
thing, and I get that, and that's such a hard thing, but I think that's when it's just important to really, like, reevaluate.
Right, agree.
What's the important
Yeah,
thing?
agree.
The wedding? We're getting married.
Right, it's about you guys being married.
Yep.
It's not about a big party.
Yep.
So if you really, really want to be married, then just do it. And
Yeah.
do it at a courthouse or
Speaking
do it
from
like really
coordinators,
small.
and this is what
Yeah,
we do,
right.
but, like, we totally believe that that's, the wedding itself
Yeah.
is not the most important thing, so.
Yeah, agree.
Were there any other questions on here?
I don't think so.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's do.
We have like.
Oh, we have a
one
couple more. Okay.
Yeah. So this is from @OuterBanks Mom. How have you remained so graceful and optimistic, and what advice can you give others in the same position with COVID?
Okay, the COVID thing, it's so hard, and I feel like I've talked a lot about it, but I do think you just have to have your attitude of being like, we're all in this position with like jobs, with weddings, with anything, like vacations. You have to be flexible, and you have to know, like, okay, if I'm healthy, like, that's really good, because that's like what it's all about in reality, right? Like with COVID,
Right,
it's like,
absolutely.
okay, if I'm healthy and the people that I love are healthy, that's way more important than me going on vacation or having a wedding. And that might be like a hard pill to swallow, but your health is way more important than having a huge celebration with 200 people,
Yeah.
So I would think the way to remain optimistic is just like look at the good things that you have and
Silver
know that it
linings.
can happen whenever you want it to.
Yeah.
And if it happens in a year from now, it's still happening, and the main goal stays the same. So
Yeah.
it's like the same thing.
The Outer Banks isn't going anywhere.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
Hopefully.
Like,
Yeah.
Outer Banks.
Not right. I'm not
Outer
having
Banks
a conversation in 10 years.
Still gonna be here, next year, the year after that. Like, it's still here, and you can, you can always do a vow renewal. Like, there's so many ways. Just,
Yeah.
you can't dwell.
Yeah, you can't dwell.
You can't dwell on the negative. You stay up. You focus on the positive.
Yeah. Like, I would say use
Like
this,
goals.
if you do decide to postpone your wedding or whatever it is, use the time to, like, reevaluate and do something new in your life that you were going to do. Like, if you were going to put your energy into planning your wedding, put your energy into starting your side gig instead this
Yeah.
year or something like that.
Yeah.
And then hold your energy for the next year, because it is totally draining to plan weddings and then they not happen and then do it again. So, like, if you do decide to postpone, put your energy into other things.
Another goal,
Like your fitness
another
or
activity,
anything like that, yeah.
another something fun to look forward to, and
Yeah. And then
I love it.
And then when 2021 hits, then you can hit the
Best
ground
year
running
ever.
again. Yeah. This is gonna be the best year ever.
Best year ever, 2021.
Yeah.
I think there might be a question.
Okay, and then after this question,
Okay.
let's let you see Mandy's super cool office.
Wait, never mind.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we do a little office tour?
I'm gonna let you
Should we
grab.
open up the door?
Yeah.
You grab the
Pull that
camera.
thing at the bottom right there. Yeah, there you go. And now you can just push them.
You grab the camera, and I will show people. I'll display fun things. How about that? Or vice
Me or
versa.
her?
Either one.
Okay, I'll hold it.
Or I can hold camera,
Okay.
and then you can show fun things.
Okay, Nate's opening our doors. Hey. So this is my office. It was a garage. We turned it into an office. So my fiance and I work from home, and we decided we didn't want to work next to each other anymore. So we built this from our garage downstairs. So we walk in. There's Ashley. She's going to
It's
show
so
you cool
cute.
things. I sit like at my desk right here, and all of my supplies for hand lettering, signs, yada yada yada, are all up here. We have so much paint, spray paint, everything like that. And then, okay, let me turn it around.
And then she mentioned the like
Cricket.
Cricut cutter
Yeah.
earlier, where she does like the digital. It prints on the vinyl.
Yes,
Of course, it's pink.
of course
I
it's pink.
love that.
So I might have one down here. This is like a lot of vinyl. So here's an example
yeah.
of one. Here's one that says bride. That's all not cut out yet, but I haven't used for anything yet.
Right.
Yeah. So I think these are from the expo actually that I cut out. So this is my vinyl cutter that cuts out vinyl. I usually do white, but we have other colors too. So that's what goes on like acrylic signs, sometimes wooden signs and stuff like that. Thanks, Melanie. She
What
loves
if
the
it's
space.
what if you need to print something bigger? Do you like outsource that or like?
So I can print pretty big on here. So if a letter is like 12 inches wide, I can go sideways and make it giant this way.
Oh, wow. Okay, so like long ways. Like,
Yes.
Okay, so that's massive.
Yeah.
Okay.
But but when I do laser cut, I have someone who does that locally.
Which is
Shout out
this.
to Pearson.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I love these. So I don't, if like, probably people don't know, but Mandy made my expo sign, like my signage. So it looks like this. Like my like sign that I use in my booth is a cutout, like a laser cutout that Mandy did for me, and it's so cool.
Yay.
But I love these like laser.
Yeah, they're so fun. Huh?
That does that?
This does. So these are like hand lettered, so that I still write these with
Yeah,
my
it's
own
so
writing.
neat
Yeah,
writing.
and then digitize them. And then there's a guy in Kitty Hawk. Shout out to Pearson. He's Buxton Supply Co. He has a laser cutter, so he cuts out like my designs.
They're so cool. I
Yeah,
love it, and I
it's so
painted,
cool.
Like because you can do whatever with them. I sprayed mine gold.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, I have some bigger ones. Like there's my big ones, like Heart of Harlow ones and stuff like that.
Okay, so we showed you this one earlier. That was like the acrylic, and then this
Yeah.
is the vinyl, like actually on something, which is super cool. On the wood.
Exactly. So that's like a good example. Here, hold this for a second.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the to show the difference between paint and vinyl now. So here's an older one that's white paint,
Yeah.
and it's like it's definitely more rustic and it's cool, but the vinyl is just so
Like,
much
perfect, 'cause
cleaner.
it's just, like-
perfect, and that's still my hand lettering that is cut out in vinyl.
But it's gonna be like super perfect every time. So like the no like NO number, like that will look identical on all 10 tables.
Right, correct.
Versus like if you had number that you did every time, like it looked close but not perfect, which I think is just like personal preference too.
It
like
is, that's true. Like if you want rustic versus like.
okay,
I
wait.
guess.
I'm obsessed with this and I want this.
Oh, you can have one here.
This is so pretty. Wait. Oh, didn't you sell these?
Yeah, no, these are my handouts from the expo.
Oh, I love
Little
this so
freebie.
much.
Yeah, here, you guys get them.
Like, this
I have
is-
so many left. They're all in here.
So pretty. So guys, this is like in case you haven't noticed, Mandy's just super cool and she does
gosh.
here she is. Beautiful Mandy. Like just so many super cool things. Aw, thanks. And we just wanted to say thanks for taking the time today.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
This was so fun. So she is, again, Heart of Harlow. Go follow her on Instagram and all the places. And she does so many cool creative hand lettering, anything like invitation suites. And then also, of course, day of coordination.
Yeah.
She's the bomb. So thanks for doing this with us today. Here,
Yeah,
let's
thank
all
you
get
so
in.
much.
Thank you.
Oh, hold on. Let me turn it around. How do I...
At the top, yeah. Okay,
So
thanks
thank
for coming.
you.
We
This was so
appreciate you watching.
fun. Join us next week for We Do with Sugar
Sugar
Snap.
Snap.
Sugar Leaf Sugar Snap.
Thursday.
Thanks, Mandy.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Oh, God. Ready?
Yeah. Shoot.
Do you want to end? Yes, end.
Are you sure?
Yeah.